it's Tammy with Tammy Creations, and today we're going to be making this beautiful Malagano jasper pendant. Of course, you can use any stone. This is an oval. I did name this one Renee, and I'm naming it for her or after her because she is a friend of mine that I met at work at the bank in the year 2000. So it's 2023 now. We've been friends for a long time, even though we've not worked together in the same department for many years. We've stayed friends. And she is just the sweetest and funniest. She makes me laugh almost hands down most of all my friends. So we have just such a good time together. And, you know, this one is just kind of a whimsical, happy design with the swirls and things. So it kind of makes me think of Renee. So this one is in honor of my friend. If you would like to learn how to make this pendant, then please keep watching. Thanks. And to make this design today, you're going to need an oval shape stone, and mine is 1.5 inches wide or long and 1.25 inches wide, and it's probably 3 millimeters tall. So I'm only going to be using 3 lengths of 20 gauge dead soft square copper wire. Each of these are 12 inches long. I'm also going to be using 28 gauge wire for weaving and probably a few beads. I don't know, maybe some 3 and 4 millimeter beads. And then the usual chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, flush cutters, and nylon jaw pliers. So to begin, we're going to take our 3 lengths of dead soft square copper wire, 12 inches each, and I'm just going to get a little bit of my 28 gauge wire a little bit out. This is probably 24 inches. If you have a little bobbin that you can put them on, you can do that too. But I'm just going to start by wrapping around the first wire 3 times. And then pressing those together. And then I'm going to add my second wire, onto the top. And I'm going to wrap around both wires twice. Okay. Then I'm going to go in between those 2 wires and bring my third wire up onto the top, and I'm going to go around the top 2 wires twice. Right? So we've got 3 on the bottom, then 2 on the bottom 2, and 2 over the top 2. Then I'm going to come underneath the bottom one and do 2 more around the bottom 2. Oops, keep those tight together. There we go. So there's 1. Here's the second one around the bottom 2. And then I'm just going to do 3 more around the bottom wire. And that is the pattern. 3, 2, 2, going up, and 2 coming down, and 3 more. So I've done the 3. Now I'm going to do 2 around the bottom 2 again. Then you're going to have to go in between the bottom 2 to go around the top 2. Underneath all of them to go around the bottom 2. and then once more around the bottom 3 times. Okay, so that's going to be the pattern. And this is mainly just to connect these wires kind of in the center. So we're going to continue with this probably about an inch. So I'll probably do about 8 more. So I have 8 of the 2s across the top, and then I'll stop and I will be back. Okay, so I'm back and I have done 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 across the top. And when I put this down on the bottom, it pretty much comes just down across the bottom until where it starts to curve. So I'm going to trim off my wires here on either end, the weaving wires. And then I'm going to turn it to the other side. And I'm going to take the bottom wire and I'm going to bend it inward like this on both sides. And this is just to give our stone a resting place so that it doesn't fall out the back. Okay, like this. And if you want to see more of the, you could probably use 4 wires instead of 3, but I'm just using it to rest this on, so we don't really see all of these. We don't really see all of these, we just see that one row, which was our top row. All right, so I'm bringing my back ones together, so it kind of looks like this in the back. And then in the front, I'm going to make a loop around with this wire, the top wire on the left. Make a loop like that. And then as it comes over, I'm going to make another loop, but closer to the top with the one on the right. This. Okay, now I'm going to kind of pull all of these together and just making sure that you've got them lined up so the top one is, or the front one is on top on both sides. We've got one kind of coming up along the side, one in the back, and the ones in the front. Okay, and then we're going to take this one that let me think. Let's take this one that's coming across this way from the left, and we're going to continue it around like this. And it's going to come around all of these wires like that. Right, there we go. And we're going to bring this around a couple of times like that. And then for now we can just leave it out to the side. All right, so now we're going to spread out these wires going around the top, and mine are, I have some that are a little longer than others, which is fine. I think what we'll do is we will take these 3 that are in the back and create our bail with those. And if you have bail making pliers, you can use those. If not, you can just use your finger or pencil or something. Veil making pliers just helps to keep it a little bit more symmetrical and in line. So I've got these 3 coming down around the back. Now this one that was coming around, I'm going to bring it around again, just so I can capture all of these in the back. And one last time, I'm going to trim it off in the back and then tuck it up inside the veil, like that. Okay. And then you can kind of separate out these veil wires at the top. So now we've got some wires coming around from the veil, and we're going to use these 2 that are off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and trim this middle one kind of short, and using my round nose pliers, I'm just going to turn it into a little curly cute little circle there, just to kind of hide it in the back. Okay, make sure it's not sharp. Okay, so now we've got 2 like this coming out the top and 2 coming out the sides. And what we're going to do next is take this one and we're going to pull it up to the front, and I'm going to get some of my beads. These are 4 millimeters, so let me just grab, they might be 3. I have a hard time telling the difference, so I think these are 4. So I'm going to get 2 4s and a few 3s. Let me get 3 4s. We'll try this. I'm going to start with the larger ones because I know they will go over that 20 gauge wire. Sometimes the 3 millimeters don't want to go over. So I've got 3 of those. Okay. Coming across. So that looks nice. And I think what I'll do here is just bring this on around to the back and around to the front. And I'm going to make one more curl. Let's just see if we can get one of these smaller ones on here, 3 millimeter bead. If not, I'll put another 4 on. It really doesn't make a lot of difference. Yeah, I'm not able to do that. So let me get another 4 out of here. Put these back. Sometimes if I know I'm going to be using the 3 millimeter and I don't have the beads that have the big holes in them, I'll use 21 gauge wire, but I didn't think ahead on that one today. So, but I'm just going to put that on there and turn it around to the back and continue this around to the back. And I'm going to trim it off and tuck it in, tuck it around this back wire. So we'll leave a little bit. Try with my round nose pliers. I don't want to pull too tight because then this will come out of shape. So I'm going to try and hold this with my finger as I bring this around and underneath that back wire. There. There we go. And that stayed in nice shape. All right. Now I think I'm going to take my pliers and just grab hold of the end here and start twisting, because I have square wire, it's going to make a nice twist as I do that. So you see that twist there. And I'm gonna leave this one straight, I believe, but I'm gonna cross them and start making a little rose type pattern. So to do that, you just kind of chase them one after the other, right? So I've got this one coming up and around. Let me put one more bead on here just for that, right in that center spot. I think that will cover where we've run that bail around, or we've run that wire around the bail. So I'm gonna put one more bead here. Yeah, see, that will cover that space there. And I'm gonna chase it around with this twisted one. And come back around. And around, and it just kind of makes what looks like a little rose. You just go around as many times as you want. You can tuck them in the back, bring them around in the front, whatever you desire. I'm going to bring this around now into the bail so I can finish it off. Bring that through the bail, kind of hide it there. Fix your bail if it gets a little bit funny. Okay. And this one I'm just going to trim here. Tuck in a little bit behind. There. Right, so now we've got one more wire that we could do something with. I just kind of feel like it's already got a lot going on there, which looks pretty. But I'm not crazy about how this bail ended up getting a little bit out of shape. So what I'm going to do is bring it up and around in front of that bail and right above our little rose, and just make a little circle-y shape up there just to kind of hide the bail. So these are tricks you can do as you're working. If you feel that something doesn't look really quite the way you want, you can kind of hide it, cover it up. There we go. So I think that turned out nice. And I've just ordered some spray. I forget the exact name of it, but it's a spray that you can use to cover up your copper without oxidizing it, and it will kind of keep it from getting oxidized over time on its own as well. And because of this nice Malagano, jasper, these colors kind of yellowy in there, I think this one would look nice to keep it this brighter copper color rather than oxidize it. So this will be my finished pendant. And when I get my spray in this week, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'll try and cover. Actually, I'm not sure how that will work. I don't think it will hurt the stone, but I will cover the stone and spray up here, and then I may figure out a way to just kind of paint it over the rest so it doesn't get onto the stone itself, and the same in the back. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.